What's going on, guys? Welcome back to yet another video, another Edison tournament at my locals. If you guys are interested in showing up, we play on Fridays at 6:37 p.m. and at Saturday at 5 p.m. So let me know. I can definitely let you guys know the address. But yeah, starting with this matchup, this is my first round. I'm on the left with Frog Monarchs, and to the right, I don't know if it's appropriate to call it like Teledad deck. He does run that engine, but he also runs like Dandy and whatnot. And like as you guys can see right here, Lila. I'm not too sure what the Teledad deck consists of, but that's what I'm gonna call it. Teledad versus Frog Monarchs. Interesting battle. To be honest, I just love Soul Exchange, man. He bottomless. I got rid of 1, 2, 3 cards just like in one turn. Soul Exchange is just too broken, especially if you hit a Caius. But yeah, he's thinking. This was my first time ever facing this opponent. Um, he was very like technical in the sense of like he would think his every move, which is not bad, but he was just making sure he made the right play, to make sure that every move that he made was like the best move he had or like the best option he had. I'm really surprised he used Torrential Tribute when I summoned Frog, like swap Frog. Like I personally would have saved Torrential for something like a bigger threat than just swap. But hey, everyone, I mean, I'm sure he has a good hand, so that's why he wanted to do it. Uh, he summoned that psychic guy for like the Teledad engine. I special summon Treeborn. I take control, special summon Treeborn, and I tribute both for Light and Darkness Dragon. I Every time I use Light and Darkness Dragon, honestly, I feel pretty confident that I'm gonna win because a lot of people have to use their resources to get rid of it. But not this guy. This guy was ready to get over my Light and Darkness Dragon. You'll see in a bit how he gets rid of him. But but yeah, I feel like Light and Darkness is really good. Every time I go against a Light and Darkness, I feel like I'm gonna lose because I have to use up my resources. If I'm running a different deck, because obviously Treeborn would just come and bring him down, but that's not always the case. In the sense of like I'm not always running Frog Monarchs at my locals, but yeah. So he's really thinking of what to do. He's calculating his move. He's asking what he negates and how many times and what will happen. So I'm explaining to him like he negates 4 times, pretty much anything, unless you chain. And when he's destroyed, I pop my field and I special summon a monster. That's pretty much what it is. Nothing too crazy, but crazy enough. So he's just thinking like, what should I do? And I'm just like, hey, do whatever you got to do. So he summons Debris. I negate, but then he chains his teleport or whatever that card is called. I believe it's called teleport to special summon. And I'm like, okay, because I know Light and Darkness does not negate a chain. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. And that's a level 7. Obviously mine, because in the gate 1, it it went down to 23. He summoned Black Rose and attacked it over for 100, which I'm like, dang. Like, to me, honestly, that was the fastest way that someone has taken it out without using like Vayu or without using Treeborn. So I was like, okay, cool. So I special summon Swap because of Light and Darkness, and obviously I pitch my other Treeborn, and I'm just ready. I was like, okay, that's completely fine. Special summon Treeborn, and I tribute Treeborn to return Black Rose, and I swing, and he did prison. So I'm like, okay, so I swing for 1,000. He takes it. It is what it is. and I bring it back because I do have Tragodia, so I don't really have to worry about much. Um, and all these cards in my hand would just pump up Tragodia, you know. So then I believe he passes, so I special summon Treeborn, and I do try to go for a game because he is at like 1400 or something like that. Um, so I tribute special summon Ryza, his back row, and I swing and he battle faders. I'm like, dang, I wasn't expecting a battle fader, but like whatever. He summons debris. He Lone Blossom, and he synchro, and this is where I'm like, fuck, is is this game? Because I was like, he brain controls, so he goes even less, and I was like, fuck, good thing for battle fader. My Ryza does die because of Archfiend's effect. Like the monsters that did not attack, they die. So I'm like, alright, it is what it is. Summon Treeborn, and you already know it. Standby, enemy, take control, attack for game. GG's, that was game 1. This is actually game 3. The only reason why I did not put game 2, not because I lost. I don't mind posting videos that I lose. I have posted many videos where I lose. But game 2 was like so long. It was like extremely long. Game 3 we went to time. That's how long it was. And when I was editing the video, after editing, after speeding up, after everything, it was still like almost 30 minutes long. And I was like, I do not want to post a 30-minute long video. Simply because I don't think people will watch it, or they won't stay and watch it. So if you guys would watch it, let me know. From now on, I'll post it. But I like to keep my videos short because I feel like people is like, oh, it's a 5-minute video, it's an 8-minute video. I could watch this. But something that's like 35 minutes, I feel like people won't want to watch it because it's just too long. But that's the reason why I didn't post it. But he did win game 2. And this was game 3, and we did go to time. So it was, turn 0, 1, 2, 3, and then after that, whoever has the least life points loses. So he summons Gores. After my battle phase, I lightning vortex to get rid of it because Gores can be a threat because he's a big hitter. I have Ryza. I feel pretty good. I have done more damage than he has, so I'm like, okay, cool. He's smashing, which is cool, 1-for-1. But Dino came in clutch, honestly. I don't have to worry his fader, his Gores, his Shrag. I don't have to worry about shit. So I'm like, okay, cool. And then he passes, and then I'm just like, okay, well, let me swing with Dino again. Dino's cool. I really do like Dino, but I hate when they use it against me because then it's like I can't really do much. He sets. I was scared that it was Dandy because if it's Dandy, then he's able to tribute his token, and then I'm fucked. So I was scared of Dandy. This is when we barely started our turn, so it was like turn 1 or whatever. His turn was 0, my turn was 1. So I was like, fuck, like what if it's Dandy? Like I'm winning, but if he summons the token and then tributes for a Kaius or whatever, he can take control of the duel. And that's what I was avoiding for. So I was like, you know what? Let me risk it. I tribute and special summon Light and Darkness because I know that would stop Dandy, or even Raikou. But it was just Low Blossom, which I said like, wow, I kind of fucked up, but whatever. Uh, so I'm just there waiting. I'm like, okay, what's your move? I get to negate. I know he has a few cards in his hand. He asked for my graveyard. I showed it to him, and I'm like, okay. At this point, again, I feel confident. And then he just decides that he doesn't have much, and GG's.